What is going on, guys? My name is Derek, and today I want to talk to you guys about a new product from a company named Beacn, and this is their Beacn Mix Create. I believe the team behind Beacn was actually the original creators of the Go XLR. So this is kind of their new company, their new thing. This company just released 3 new products, a microphone as well as 2 different audio interface devices that basically allow you to separate all of the different audio devices on your computer, your microphone, your music, your Discord chat, your game volume, all of that different stuff into separate audio tracks that you can then adjust individually the volume of each of those tracks independently from each other, as well as give yourself your own mix in your headphones, as well as a separate mix to your audience, whether that be your stream, whether that be a YouTube video you're creating or whatever. However, there's a big glaring issue with it currently that if you're looking at purchasing this device or even their normal Mix Create, I would say hold up, wait a minute, put a little in it. Sorry. Anyways, but for real, don't go out and quite buy it yet because there's one issue that stops me from recommending this completely, and that's what I want to talk about today. So let's go ahead and roll the intro, and then we'll jump on the PC and I'll show you the exact problem I'm having with the new Beacn Mix Create and why I think you should wait at least until they do a couple updates before spending $200 on this Beacn Mix Create. All right, guys, so here we are on my computer, here on my desktop, and I got the software for the Beacn Mix Create, and I got OBS open, as well as my sound settings for Windows to show you guys this. So the biggest problem currently with the Beacn Mix Create and why you might want to wait to actually buy one and use one until they do a couple updates is the fact that it just does not allow you to add filters inside of the actual Beacn software. So what that means is, as you can see here, the way that this works is it works a lot like Voicemeeter Banana, or if you use like the Wave software from Elgato with like their Wavelink microphone or just their Wavelink device. It sets up a bunch of audio devices on your computer. So here you can see when you hit this plus icon, you have a button for a mic, game, music, chat, browser, system sounds, aux1, aux2 hardware, and you can add all of those in, and then you can add the different things like you can have Spotify be under your music, you can have like your Brave or Chrome or Firefox browser be under the browser, and then you can adjust each of those separately. Same with your mic. You can have your mic here, and you can, put whichever mic you have, and then you can adjust the volume of that, and you can adjust that for both your own personal mix as well as your audience mix. And this is all awesome. Like I said, this is very similar to Voicemeeter Banana, except for you now have physical dials and everything with it, which was one of the biggest reasons I upgraded. I didn't care about a Go XLR or anything like that because I didn't want to have to plug all of my devices into a box. I want to be able to pick and choose what I plug into my system, use the exact hardware that I want to use, but then still be able to control it all, which is why I've always used Voicemeeter Banana instead of buying like a Go XLR or the Wavelink software or anything like that. But now with this Beacn, you can use whatever equipment you want to use, and it will still allow you to do it. So you can see here in the Windows sound settings, we have a different audio source under the playback for each of those things I mentioned: aux1, aux2, browser, chat, game, mic relay, music system, etc. Under recording, we have a voice chat mic. We have the audience mix, which is the mix that you actually load into. So, for example, voice chat mic, you can see down here in the bottom of Beacn, this routing table. You just send your mic to it, but you can also now share, like in Discord, if you want to share your, something you're playing on the browser or your music, you can do that by just clicking one of these and adding them in with the routing table. With the audience mix, you can adjust exactly which ones you want playing in. And again, you have 2 different sliders on each of these, and one for your volume and one for the audience. So if you want the music louder for you but quieter for your audience, you can do that, whatever the case may be. But here's where the problem runs in. So when you go into OBS, the way you set this up is if we go into our properties here, you can see that the properties you select is for the audience mix, because that's what you want to send, what your audience is going to hear. So now this includes everything: your microphone, your browser, your music, your chat, your system sounds. Everything gets included in that mix. So if you want turn down your mic some, when you first set up OBS, the way it's set up is you have like your system sounds, like all of your normal desktop audio, and then you have your mic, as you can see here, like I have main mic, as a separate source, and you would adjust, your mic versus the computer sounds, and then you were good to go. If you added Voicemeeter Banana, then maybe you get a little bit more control, but the overall consensus was your mic was separate. With the new software, it's not. It's built into the audience mix, the personal mix. So you adjust it here. The audience mix sounds perfect, but there's, again, one issue. You can't add filters inside the Beacn thing. So for example, here under my main mic, if I go to the filters in OBS, I have a noise gate and a compressor. So the noise gate, what that allows me to do is, let's say I'm not talking and I'm typing on my keyboard. My mic's gonna pick up the sound of my keyboard typing. It's gonna be like click, 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 click in my microphone. I obviously don't want that. So I can set up a noise gate to where only when I'm actually talking does the mic now pick up and register, a voice, and then the noise gate allows the mic to turn on. And then it turns back off once it goes below a certain decibel. So again, it's not picking up background noise like fans, my 3D printer over here, my electric fireplace blower motor and stuff. It is like when I'm talking right now, that's all being picked up by the microphone. But because I'm talking, you don't hear it as an audience person, as a person listening to the video. However, if I don't have a noise gate on and I'm sitting here in silence, you would hear all of these different things in the background. It would kind of just probably sound like a low hum to you over over the video or whatever that you're watching. So again, once I stop talking though and I'm sitting in silence, the noise gate closes off my microphone so that you don't hear that. The compressor, what that allows it to do is if all of a sudden I get super loud and I start pinging out my mic in OBS, it'll automatically compress the audio so that I don't peak and actually over clip my microphone. And so that's the biggest thing missing in the Beacn Mix Create right now. The crazy thing is they have this stuff built into their Beacn microphone, and I know that that's using a processor and probably part of the reason why, but it is still in the software that you have these filters and EQs and stuff, and I just don't know why they would leave out the ability to add an EQ or, any kind of filter, noise gates to your microphone inside of the actual Beacn software. Because again, when it's mixed in with your Beacn mix, you cannot add any of those, because if you were to add, let's say, you say, well, why don't you just add the noise gate to your Beacn mix? Well, the problem is, let's say you have your music playing and you have it playing really low. Maybe it's only, hitting minus 50 to minus 40 decibels. That might be where you have to have your noise gate set so that your microphone, the background noise, isn't picking anything up. So if you do that, then even your music, something that you have really quiet in the background playing won't come through when you need it to. So it just doesn't work. So again, just something to point out. This thing does like everything else I want it to except that, and I'm sure at some point they'll add it in, but I do think it's an important thing to note because this thing costs like $200. I paid it, and to be honest, now it's cool that I can adjust all this, but I still gotta have my microphone separate inside of OBS now, and my Oculus, my headset for my VR. I gotta have those separately still in OBS and just not even have the mic relay. So delete this knob. Not even have the mic relay over here inside of Beacn, because it just doesn't work for me because I can't add filters to it. Just again, something to point out, something to think about before you go and purchase one. I would maybe wait for them to do a couple software updates. People that are using these type of devices, they're probably people that are using noise gates and compressors and they're EQing their mic and things like that. Which, that you didn't even see. I didn't even, because in here I don't have the EQ on right now because I just redid my computer and haven't re-added it. I need to download the software for it, to the plugin for OBS and stuff. But normally I have an EQ on, a compressor, all of that stuff. You're not going to have any of that now inside of OBS, or inside of your mic settings if you're doing it through Beacn. So you're going to have to keep them separate for now. Again, you might still want it for all of the physical knobs and being able to adjust your browser, your music, your Discord chat, all of that stuff separately, which is still cool. I mean, it's nice having the physical buttons, versus having to come over here, when I'm playing a game or something, alt tab out of it, adjust all of my, volumes here with the sliders inside of OBS or whatever. Or even worse, come down here and actually do it in the mixer or whatever. So that is nice, with Voice Meter Banana, I had a voice meter thing that I had to open up and do it with. So it's still nice to have that, but again, just something that you might want to be aware of if you're looking at picking up one of the Beacn Mix Creates. Also, I will say the software is a little janky just overall. As you saw, when I removed that mic thing just now, it crashed the Beacn Mix, or the Beacn app completely. It's not even down here in my toolbar anymore. When you move things around, stuff like that, it constantly crashes the Beacn app. And I just did a fresh install of Windows, so there's hardly anything on here besides just normal Discord, Adobe. Very basic stuff is installed on this computer right now, and it's still crashing all the time. So I don't think it's a driver conflict or anything. So yeah, just you might want to wait for an update or two. It's not a bad device. It's cool. I can't wait till they get some of the bugs worked out of it. But yeah, just something to pay attention to. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If this video helped you out, make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel below. Maybe share it with a friend that's thinking about picking up one of these Beacn Mix Creates. Maybe tell them to hold off a bit. Just, you know, I'm sure they're going to be pumping out updates here very quickly because these things have been selling out like hotcakes. But yeah, just maybe wait for that. If you guys like this video, videos like this, streaming help videos, reviews of streaming, you know, equipment, tutorials, stuff like that, as well as a tutorial for the Beacn Mix and how to set it up, how to add everything, how to do everything is coming very soon. So get subscribed to the channel. All right, love your faces. See you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.